Welcome to the gaming news segment, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. So today, some good news. Some good news. Genshin Impact, of course, adds in a new Mona story quest. Let's play some music, by the way. Here we go. Here we go. Genshin Impact adds Mona story quest Marvel's merchandise event. So yeah, there's supposedly some sort of a merchandise event, which I guess we can check out, and also a new story quest. I don't really want to go too much into it. I'm just really glad that Genshin keeps on giving, and you know, when you have these live service games, usually you can expect some sort of a roadmap. You can expect some sort of content down the line, but it's been, I want to say, 2 weeks or something like that when Genshin came out, and already we've had a new character. We've had this Mona story quest. There's a merchandise event. It just keeps on giving, and quite frankly, very fast. Very fast. So that's kind of cool. Is that playing music? No. Thank you very much. So yeah, Marvel's merchandise event. The event is available for a limited time, so jump in, guys, if you want to get that, of course. What do we have? During the event, travelers may follow hints across Teyvat to find a merchant known as Liben. After discovering his whereabouts, travelers may submit the required materials to him in exchange for a chance to open a box of marvels and claims the rewards inside. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. The other one is... Shut the hell up. Is Astrolabo's chapter quest, which, I don't know, it seems like that's a new character also, again, but I don't want to, I'm not gonna put my hand in the fire for that one. Let me see. So the chapter is about to unfold once they hit the required adventures rank, which is which one? 26. That's not too bad. I think I'm 21 at this moment, and I don't really play that much, to be honest. So yeah, I feel like it's possible to get there in a normal time. It doesn't, you don't have to be like super mainstream about it, like play it, try harded and stuff. You can use a story key. Okay, what the hell is a story key though? You can obtain a story key by completing daily commissions. One story key will be granted for every 8 daily commissions completed. Hell yeah, that's great. I don't know if it counts for the previous daily quests, like retroactively, because I have done. I usually come in and first do the daily quests for some reason. It's just a nice thing to kind of turn off my brain and do that, and then I kind of do some other stuff if I have time to continue. So I don't know if since now I will have to do the daily quests, or maybe it's gonna count the ones I did before. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. New how do you call it? New content is great. As I said, so close to the release, we already are getting new quests, new shit. I'm sure this stuff has already been either close to being done or done when they release the game, of course. But still, you don't really get to see this, I feel like, with like Anthem, Marvel's Avengers. I don't know, Destiny maybe, but that one is still alive, of course. But I feel like this game is really, it might be, I might be biased, of course, because I kind of play it myself. It's one of the few live service games I've kind of enjoyed, because it's very similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I love that game. So it makes sense, I guess. But I feel like, even though I am biased, I have not seen like Destiny come up with new story stuff. Not story, new content in general. So close to release. So there you go. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. So that's Genshin. In other news, we have Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs Legion, sorry. Watch Dogs Legion release. The preload and launch times confirmed. So let's look at that. The download size isn't too hefty either, coming at 40.4 gigabytes on PC, 37 on Xbox One, 33 on PS4. That's manageable. I mean, today's standards, I guess. I don't know, hard to tell. But yeah, around 40 to 60 is usually the standard game nowadays. You know, that, and then you have the extremes where you look at Warzone. Is it Warzone? No, it's Modern Warfare. That has like 250 gigabytes, maybe even more by now. Okay. On Stadia, there's naturally no need for a download. Of course. Preloading starts on October 26th, which is today for PC, and October 27th for PS4. I had no idea the game is coming out today, to be honest. So there you go. You can start your preload on PC at least, if you haven't already. Oh yeah, but that's just preloading. Sorry, that's just preloading. When does the game come out? Preload, Legion, launch times. Here we go. October 29. Okay, gotcha. So for all the platforms, October 29 is when the game is gonna release on all the platforms. So yeah, you can start your preload today or tomorrow if you're on PS4 and Xbox. I think I don't think they said Xbox, which is kind of weird. If you're planning to play Watch Dogs on Xbox, you can start preloading right now. Okay, there you go, even better. So yeah, that's Watch Dogs. That's just, you know, a little news thingy I wanted to drop in. Then I don't want to put this right after the first Genshin Impact story, but you know, another Genshin Impact thing, the game that just keeps on giving. Genshin Impact is adding an item to make fast travel more convenient, because there's never a teleport waypoint where you need one. Yeah, so I read this more article, and apparently people have been, understandably, people have been upset that they can't teleport to like bosses and stuff like that, so they need to fast travel to a tower. I don't know how they call it, the Statue of Seven and stuff like that, like to a set fast travel point, and then they have to run to the thing thereafter. And for folks like me who, you know, play the game once a day max, I usually play it once a week, to be honest. You don't really care that much, but I still felt like at some point you're just like, oh, I gotta run that way. But I've already like, you know, once you play the game enough where you discovered most of the map, you don't really want to do that. So what they're putting in right now is where was it? Traversing the game world is time consuming. I want to be, oh yeah, this is the thing that somebody said. I want to be able to set my own teleport waypoints for areas that I frequently visit. And now travelers can look out for this feature in version 1.1. So what they're doing is, there isn't much information apparently, so I guess this is not really facts, I guess. I don't know what the word is. But they're thinking of doing something like portable teleporters, which you would be able to place in any area for 7 days before it expires, which seems like a very good idea. You know, especially the thing that it expires, so you kind of have to buy more. I hope they're not gonna be like, you know, they're not gonna heavily make it so you will have to buy them with real life money. I hope they're gonna be at least. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a limit. I don't think there should be a limit to how many you can have active at a time. And I also feel like I lost my train of thought, to be honest. Yeah, there should not be a limit, and hopefully they're not gonna be too expensive to get. I understand they want to make it Or at least we hope they want to make it balanced so you can't like have too many of those. They still probably want to incentivize you to go out into the world and explore, which completely makes sense. But I feel like there shouldn't be a limit to how many of them you can have. But they probably should be expensive, or at least there should be maybe like a daily limit, like you can get one per day or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there has to be a limit so you're not overusing them. I don't know. But yeah, that's another Genshin story thingy. Then we have a few games, or one game that is free to get. So here you go. Costume Quest 2 you can get on the Epic's Game Store. So go check it out. Go grab it. I mean, it's a free game. Just grab it, you know. Even if you're not gonna play it, just grab it. Maybe one day, when we're still in the lockdown and stuff, because of the virus, you know, we'll be just kind of like, I have nothing to play, and you'll go and play this. I mean, who knows? Go and grab it. I'll grab it right after this segment. The next story, My Time at Portia, which is a phenomenal game. I love that game. Don't get me wrong, the game has a lot of issues. It is definitely not finished. There's a lot of missing animations. It just feels very rough around the edges. The voice acting is bad. A lot of it was made, I think, with the help of like YouTubers and stuff. They put the YouTubers in there, and I'm not saying they did a bad job, the YouTubers. I'm just saying that it kind of doesn't fit in. The vibe isn't right. A lot of the dialogue is also kind of phoned in, it seems like. There's a lot of things that that game did not do well, but there's also quite a few pretty substantial things that game did better than any other game of the same genre ever, I feel like. So I'm just gonna highlight one of the things, but that's the thing that made me fall in love with the game, and that is that the inventory system, basically. So you have these boxes, you know, the chests or whatever, where you stuff your items. At any point, you can take them, you can pick them up with all the items in them. You can place them wherever you want to. Like if you want to quickly change where you have a specific chest, you can just pick it up, put it somewhere else. All the things can stay inside, it doesn't matter. Then there's you can rename the chests. You can have like 20 chests. I mean, you know, you can have much more, but like let's say you have 20 chests and you can just scroll through them. You open one of the chests and you can go through all of them in that one UI screen, which is super great. And also when you're building anything on your farm, you just have access to all of that stuff. You don't have to have it in your inventory. You know, you can just you have it in your base, you have it in your chests. It's available to you at any point. Super great. That's just one of the few things, but that made me really love the game, because it made the busy work just so much more easier. Incredibly easier. And I wish more games, not only of similar genre, but across the board, would just take some of those ideas on board and would use them. Similar to how gliders should now become part of, basically, or not gliders, but like something like gliders should become a part of every open world RPG at this point. Like we had towers, now you should have freaking gliders in every open world RPG. And this stuff is something also you should devs should look into when they're making an inventory system in their game. But you know, the new stuff that I wanted to talk about is that apparently there's a sequel coming that is called My Time at Sandrock. It's gonna come in 2021 because, of course, I hope this time around it's gonna be, you know, I hope they learned some stuff. Hope this game is gonna be finished. Um, yeah, I hope it's gonna be finished. We can watch the announcement trailer real quick. Of course, without the sounds, because I don't want to get DMCA claimed. Because some of these trailers might have some music that would give me a DMCA claim, and I don't want that. So we're just gonna watch the trailer real quick. It does look significantly better, but then again, it is a trailer, so you know they might have. This looks pretty the same as the first game, to be honest, where we saw that little bit of gameplay. It seems like it's building on to the universe of the first game, which is a pretty interesting universe to be. Ooh, okay. To be honest, it's an interesting universe in that sense that it's a post-apocalyptic world. But it's such a cheery world that it's kind of weird, in a sense, how they don't really care that it doesn't seem like it's post-apocalyptic, because they just kind of rebuild their civilization, and it like they don't. I mean, they do talk about the people before the apocalypse happened, but it's not in like a we had it so much better before, or something like when you, I don't know, when you're playing like Horizon Zero Dawn. No, it's just like, yeah, there was a world before us. There's a church that kind of says do not mess with tech at all, but there's also a building in the town, which is basically like, oh yeah, we're gonna rebuild all the stuff from the old world, and kind of figure out what how to do all the stuff that they did, and maybe make the same mistakes. They don't really go into it that much, like into the political stuff. Like, is that a good thing? Is the church kind of making people, you know, are they controlling them and stuff, or is it okay to kind of try to get back on the tech stuff we had before the apocalypse? I don't think they even mentioned why the apocalypse happened. But yeah, I mean, the gameplay is really fun, in my opinion. Gameplay is really fun. What I've seen here in just a brief moment, it seems like there might be some sort of romance now. I think I didn't play, like, I didn't finish the game, so I feel like it's one of those games that is hard to finish anyways. But I feel like there was some sort of a romance system in the first game, but I guess it wasn't, I don't know, I don't want to say it wasn't too in-depth, because I don't really like to do the romance stuff in games anyways. In these kinds of games, I don't really like to do that. I remember there was a way to kind of gift people stuff to make them like you better, but I don't know if it ever made it so I don't know, they can become your wife or a husband, or you know, you can date them and stuff. I don't know about that. But also, just quickly, it seems like you can finally use the horse. Then again, you might be able to use the horse in the first game. I don't know. I should get more informed before I talk about stuff like this. But anyways, on to the next news. And the main news of today's segment. Facebook gaming is getting into cloud gaming. I wanted to learn more about this, but it's a little bit hard. So let's just read the bullet points and then go over it. We're not going to overpromise and underdeliver. So sure, they're not going for 4K. They're not going for 60 FPS apparently. Not anything like that. We're not trying to replace your favorite gaming hardware, so they're not trying to bring in any new controllers like Stadia, or make you require something to be able to play. We're going to start with what we do best and expand from there. Sure, so they're going to start with free-to-play games. Makes sense. That's also why this service might be enticing for people, because they don't have to pay in to try it out and stuff like that. So makes sense. We're not spinning off a separate cloud gaming service, so you can do all of this stuff on Facebook in the gaming tab or from the newsfeed. Sure, makes sense. Why not? We're not launching on iOS for now. We're not launching, I don't know why. So only Android and web browsers will be, I guess they don't want to go on iOS, because the Epic stuff also, and I guess because it's kind of closed up, the iOS. I don't know if they say it in here. Apple treats games differently and continues to exert control over a very precious resource. Yeah, basically the stuff when it comes to Epic versus Apple, that stuff is probably why mostly Facebook doesn't want to go in on these on iOS. Then with before we end, I wanted to try the Facebook gaming, because apparently it's available now in a beta. So there's a link to it on this page. So I went there, and if you want to see how it looks like, just like I didn't want to sign into my account, but this is a what do you call it? A private window. So this is kind of how it looks like when you're not logged in. At least this is the games that you can see. All the kind of, I don't know. I feel like these games have been there anyways. So I wonder how you're gonna be able to find good games, if that's something you can actually get. And then you have stuff like Among Us, which I was like, wait, they have Among Us on this app. So I tried to play it. I don't know if it's gonna work when I'm not signed in. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work. But basically what happened when I started Among Us, when I was signed in, a window came up, and it was kind of loading or whatever. Then an ad showed up. It was very difficult to find the X mark on the ad. So the first time I was just like, wait, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? How do I like get rid of this ad? Then I was able to find the X mark. I clicked it. The game started. It was a completely different game. So just if you're interested in what Facebook gaming, where they're at right now, I feel like that's a good example. So yeah, that's a good example. Anyways, this is the end of the gaming news section. So thank you. We've done it. Thank you very much. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for being here. Join us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MarTyNi. We discuss this stuff a lot. Gaming news and stuff. And when we play games, which we're gonna do right now, we do that stuff as well. We don't just do a segment and then don't talk about gaming news topics and gaming in general, topics around that, or Twitch in general. Yeah, we do all sorts of that. So if you're interested in me or in the discussions or both, join us in, and we're gonna go play some Spiritfire. Bye bye.